Welcome to my first ever Get Ready With Me video. This is for my everyday look. First off, I'm starting by moisturising my skin with the Nivea Soft. Luckily for me, I don't have troublesome skin, so this works a treat. As you can see, I've just put some all over my face and then blended in well with my fingers. Next up is foundation, and as you can see, I'm using the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation in the shade Ivory, which I believe is the lightest one. I'm just putting some on the back of my hand and then dotting it all over my face. Once I have done this, I will then buff it in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, making sure that it's all even, buffed in well, and that I don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm concealing any imperfections that I may have with the NYX aptly named concealer in a jar. I'm just using this on any redness I may have and then blending it in with my finger. Next up is brows. Firstly, I'm brushing them through to make sure they're even, and then filling them in with MAC's Omega and Charcoal Brown eyeshadows using a MAC 266. I mainly use Omega and use Charcoal Brown for any gaps I may have. I found this very hard to film on camera, so in a minute you will just see me cut to my eyebrows done. There we go. Now for the eyes, I'm starting off by using Maybelline's Colour Tattoo in Pink Gold as a base. I'm then going to take the Naked 3 and Naked Basic palette, starting off with the colour Burnout. I'm going to place this all over the lid using an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Just going to dab it on to make sure that I have minimal fallout and just placing that all over the eye. Next up, from the Naked Basics palette, using an e.l.f. blending brush, I'm taking the colour Naked 2 into my crease and blending outwards. Now with a slightly bigger eyeshadow brush, I'm taking the colour W.O.S, which I still don't know what that stands for, to blend out the crease colour. I love using this colour just for that. And from the same palette, I'm taking Faint and slightly lining the outer corner of my eye. I still haven't mastered lining my eyes yet, so this is all I can do. Next, a very sorry looking collection Last Perfection Concealer in the lightest colour. Using this under my eyes to cover up any dark circles. I'm using the fluffy end from the Naked 2 brush that comes with the palette, and then use my finger to blend out. Now to set my concealer and foundation, I'm using the Rimmel Say Matte Powder in Peachy Glow. With a small fluffy brush, I take a light amount of powder and place it anywhere that I use concealer. And then with a kabuki, I set the rest of my face. Now to set my eyebrows in place, I use a rather nasty looking, I definitely need a new one, clear mascara. This is just a cheap one from Miss Sporty, but it does the job. Now to highlight, again from the Naked 3 palette, I'm using Srange for my brow bone and tear duct area. And lastly, lining the under my lashes with the colour Faint and an angled brush. Now time for blush. I'm using the Sigma 168 and the first colour I will be using is Prim and Proper. Just how cute is that packaging? I'm dabbing some onto my brush and then onto the apples of my cheeks. And I might have used a little too much, so I'm just going to blend that out with my kabuki to make sure that it looks perfect. And now next to highlight, I'm using an MSF from MAC in Smooth Merge. And I'm just going to dust that on top of my blush using the same Sigma 168. Now for the most important part, mascara. Here I'm using the Rocet Volume Mascara Express by Maybelline, which I love. It's one of those mascaras that aren't great at the beginning, but once they dry out a little bit, they turn into a right gem. Just putting that onto the top and bottom lashes, trying to make them look as great as they can. And finally for makeup, lips. Here I'm using the Tanya Burr lip gloss in the colour Afternoon Tea, which is such a pretty everyday shade. Now for the hair. Starting off by using Tresemme heat protectant so we don't fry my hair, and then of course brushing through. We don't want any tangles now. And then I'm going to blow dry using an old Babylith hairdryer I've had for years. Now to make my hair look presentable, I'm using the GHD 5 Wonderland style straighteners. How pretty are these? Nothing special here, just straightening all the kinks out my hair. My hair's pretty straight so it doesn't take too long. A bit of zhuzh and ta-da, we're done. Just quickly showing my perfume and jewellery, I'm using the Britney Spears Midnight Fantasy, Michael Kors watch, last but not least my outfit. The top is from NYX Outlet at Gunwolf Keys, a pair of super skinny jeans by River Island, and that's it. I hope you liked my video and I will see you next time.